Hey guys, this is PhilosopherKing here to present to you another Advanced OU battle. My opponent this time is Tupac, who on a reputable source is considered a pretty good Advanced OU player. He hasn't been on for 3 months, so I've been told, so he might be a bit rusty, but here's good, and this is how the battle went. So, I lead Tyranitar, he leads Melodic. I'm going to oblige to switch to Celebi, and it's a good thing I do because he uses Toxic. And this is a natural cure poke, so I can handle it. Although if he spams Toxic again, I don't really have a good switch in. Magneton's my best bet. It goes for Ice Beam, which works out perfectly. I sub up here, and he brings in his Doug Trio, so that's good. He doesn't know I don't have HP Ice or Grass, but I kind of fake him out by using Hidden Power. And the damage counter of Snorlax doesn't really tell him much. So, on the other hand, I am kind of hesitant to stay in here because I don't know if he knows that I don't have Hidden Power Grass or Ice. So even though I'm behind a sub, I don't really feel comfortable just using Thunderbolt. Maybe I'm just being over conservative here, but I just don't like it. So I'm gonna be switching here. I go to my T-Tar. He uses Double Edge, which does a ton with a critical hit. So, yeah. I mean, I could go for Rock Slide, but the Dougie could come in and maybe take it. So I just decided to go for Brick Break on the Snorlax in order to do more damage if it stays in. But he goes to the Melodic, which is the safe switch in, and he's probably going to either recover here or go for Surf. So either way, I'm not, it's not advantageous for me to stay in. Go to my Magneton, in case he decides to use Toxic. And I could go for the Stab Thunderbolt, but he might just send in Dougie. So I go to my Gyarados. Although the Gyarados is in risk of being hit by Toxic, and I don't want that. So I go back to my Magneton. He uses Ice Beam. So, yeah, I'm really trying to play around the Toxic, Melodic, and the Doug Trio. They're kind of giving me some problems. I could bring in Celebi, but then I have to worry about Doug Trio coming in. Decided just to say screw it and go for Thunderbolt, but he's faster and he gets a crit with Surf, so my Magneton goes down, so it's a 5-6 game. Bring in my Celebi, decide to Calm Mind up in case he switches to his Doug Trio. +1, Celebi is guaranteed to kill Doug Trio if it doesn't have any HP investment, which almost all Dougie don't. Anyway, I'm +1 and he lands Toxic on me. I decided to go for Leech Seed, thinking he'd go to a Psychic resistant poke, and I'm correct. He goes to Metagross, and I'm going to be forced to switch out here, get rid of the Toxic, and not get hit with Meteor Mash. I bring in my Melodic, which is a good safe switch in, so I use Toxic, anticipating a switch. He does switch, and I land the Snorlax. But if the Snorlax has Rest, which, yep, it does, that didn't really matter. So now the Snorlax is asleep. So, I thought I was safe switching out, but he shows me Sleep Talk. So we have Double Edge, Sleep Talk, Rest, and some unknown other move. Double Edge does a pretty good chunk against the Celebi. Now I'm in an awkward position. If I recover, he could probably send the Dougie in. And I decided just to say screw it, I'll go for Psychic and damage to Dougie, because he's going to have to use HP Bug in order to take out my Celebi, and then I could Revenge Kill with Doug Trio. And that really gets rid of one of the pokes that was giving my team a problem. Melodic would have been the ideal choice to get rid of, but since that wasn't really going to happen anytime soon, I figured Dougie would be better, so now I could bring in T-Tar a little bit safer, and yeah. Although, it's unfortunate the Celebi had to go, because now the Snorlax has a bit more leeway to do its own thing. But it's asleep for now, so that's good. The time counter seems to be frozen, which is quite unfortunate, because Dougie's just staring off into the Twilight Zone right now with no poke to face him. If I were him, I'd send out Melodic, and that's what he does. He sends out Melodic. Probably the best choice he has right now. So yeah, I know the Melodic has Toxic. I don't really have any other good switch-ins for it. I mean, Magneton and Celebi, the Toxic taking pokes are all dead, so Melodic was pretty much the best choice. So that's what I do. I take the opportunity to bring my T-Tar in on the sleeping Snorlax and go for Earthquake, thinking he might go to Metagross, but he doesn't. Guess he didn't anticipate me using Rock Slide. But the Melodic takes it, and it's not going to do enough. He's been able to recover it, more damage than I can give out, so I'm going to be forced to switch. Get my T-Tar back in once again, and get Magneton facing me. I'm obliged to go for Earthquake in this instance. I feel like I should. If I used Rock Slide and stayed in, that would have sucked. So I use Earthquake once again. Does 42% to the Melodic. He takes the opportunity to recover once again. And the toxic damage on my Melodic is racking up, so I'm going to be forced to recover here. I do that, and I get the Snorlax facing me again. I believe the Snorlax is going to wake up soon. I believe this is the turn it does. I just figure I send my T-Tar in, hoping it doesn't use Earthquake. It doesn't. And I take the opportunity this time to use Rock Slide, and it does 50% to the Melodic. If it stays in, it's probably going to die, if not from the Rock Slide, from Sandstream. So he switches, goes to Metagross. Does 26%, and he's either going to use Meteor Mash or Earthquake. He could explode here, but I don't think he wants to yet. And he uses Earthquake, which is good for me. I have my Gyarados in. Now I'm in a pretty good position to start setting up. I could use Dragon Dance and be a +1 and outspeed all his pokes. So yeah, this is pretty nice from where I'm at. So yeah, I Dragon Dance up. He brings in Melodic. I guess he wants to use Toxic. So in case I do start setting up, I would be forced to switch out eventually in order to keep my Gyarados from dying. But I get a crit with the Melodic, HP Fly on the Melodic, and it doesn't work out for him, so he dies. I get a Kabutops staring at me, and now I'm a bit worried because I've never seen Kabutops before, and I don't know what to expect, and I really like my Gyarados. But I don't want to switch out either. I mean, I really am in a good position, so I mean, I really decide just to go for Earthquake. It's a Rock Water. This should be super effective if I use Earthquake. I really don't see what else the Kabutops could do, and I'm correct. That was kind of a scary moment there. I just did not know what to expect, but it worked out. So I get a Gyarados staring at, or a Snorlax staring at me. I don't think it'll take I think it'll take 2 HP Flies to do it here. So let's see what he wants to do. Will he explode? No, he uses Double Edge. So Double Edge does 57%. He lives the recoil and the Sandstream, but I take it out next turn. And now the Metagross is staring at me. Have nothing to worry about. Use Earthquake, and yeah, he forfeits. What was his last poke? Magneton. So yeah, that wouldn't have done it. So yep, Gyarados is just really good. Don't know what else to say about that. It's just really good. The only thing that really keeps it in check is Zapdos and Gengar, but other than those two pokes, not too much. A lot of teams don't prepare for it. It just wreaks havoc on a lot of teams. It catches people by surprise, and before you know it, or before they know it, I'm set up and I could sweep. So yeah, Gyarados is definitely the champ in this team. He's the thing that keeps it together, and I really like this Pokemon. Just love Gyarados. It's awesome. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Rate and subscribe, and let me know what you think about the Melodic crit. He said it mattered in the comments. I'm not so sure. I think it would have died from Sandstream at the very least, but I believe the HP Fly would have killed. But let me know what you think. This is PhilosopherKing, signing out.